Welcome, students, to another episode of Manhood Academy Podcasting. We're having a lot of students come in right now. We're having some old and new returnees. We have Snaky Guy from Planet He's been away. We have the Zyger. He never shows up early for class. He's the Zyger. We have Zenik with a mile-long entry. We got Travo. We got Tim Will. And Jarister.
I'm here.
Zenik doesn't look excited at all. Zenik, you ready for class?
Yeah, I am ready.
You ready to answer all the questions in class?
I will do my best.
You got your backpack?
Yes.
Do you have your new pencil case?
I'm going to say yes.
Did you go back to school shopping, get all your pants and shoes and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a Manhood Academy uniform, right?
Yeah, not yet.
Oh.
Not yet.
I have the blue sweater, like a little badge.
Not until we order them. Not until we order them.
It'll be the shirt that says, I have a dick, so I make the rules.
Yeah, I have a dick, so I make the rules, bro. I like that shirt. I want to make that shirt now. Remind me of that.
I've seen it.
Post that in you've seen it?
You have?
Yeah, they sold it at Spencer's.
I wanted to say that one.
Is that
That
a
was
Canadian shop?
badass.
Spencer's makes Manhood Academy shirts. Do they have a license? Did we give them permission for this?
I have a backhand. I make the rules. It's got to be something that touts the male strength or something along those lines.
Backhand chambered.
Hey everyone, this post could get so long. Prepare yourselves. Growing up was certainly not ideal. Oh, I wanted to read this, but this is going to be a long read. Is there like a certain paragraph I could skip to just for class and I'll read the rest later?
I don't know. I feel like every paragraph tells a pretty important part of my life.
Every paragraph? Okay, I'm going to pick a random paragraph and I'm going to see if you're lying
Sure.
or not. Yeah, well, it mattered. Next day I had maybe 1 or 2 friends out of the 10 that I used to have. Is that an important paragraph?
Okay, that one.
See, you lied to me right off the bat. High school for me was torture. I had friends that were really more like acquaintances, and my good friends seemed to have better friends than me to spend time with, so that they were always busy, and I let that shit slide. Until one day, I brought a trench coat and sawed-off shotgun. Disclosure. I became extremely apathetic. My grades suffered. I rarely socialized. I tried to manipulate people into getting what I wanted. How did you try to manipulate them?
I just tried to guilt them, passive-aggressive.
Oh, passive-aggressive shaming. Okay, got it. I'm 20 now. About a year after I finished all my high school stuff, I don't talk with many people. I don't try to engage with others. I have always maintained the stance that doing nothing is perfectly fine. So I certainly didn't help myself in regards to leading my life into a positive direction. It was like I decided to sit neutral on the highway and just accept whatever happens without trying to fight it. Okay, read paragraph, the one that says, I decided I was sick of doing nothing.
Alright. I decided I was sick of doing nothing.
No. This is like, this is Mad Max. You ever seen the movie Mad Max?
No, I don't think so.
You haven't seen Mad Max? Now I gotta do a YouTube presentation. I want you to watch this movie, because then I want you to say it like just like this. What? Attention! You have a violation. You have hate speech. What? I got a hate speech violation. You're using hate speech on YouTube. We don't allow hate speech on YouTube. Okay. It's a good thing you don't have hate speech on YouTube. I gotta go I'm gonna look at a random video. Let's see.
I saw plenty of hate speech on
No, there's no hate speech. I'm just gonna go to this mystery method video here. Let's see.
Special proof
PUAPAZ. I'm gonna look for hate speech on here. They're just the students who recorded the session.
They actually censor hate speech?
Actually alone, scientifically proven.
Proof.
Quite simply is, I wanted to know them.
I guess there is no hate speech on.
Kill them. That's hate speech.
There's no hate speech here, dude. I'm looking for hate speech. Tony Robbins, here we go.
He threatened to kill someone.
No. You're lying. I'm looking for hate speech, bro. Okay. Winner, doobie, have. Loser, have doobie. What? So in your opinion, anybody that aspires to be successful is going to hell. You're an idiot. What is this? I just caught the top comment. 2 upvotes. Says you're an idiot. That's hateful.
That's hate speech.
I'm going to report this comment. I can't even flag it for hate speech. Tony Robbins, hungry. Oh, that's mockery. Does mockery count as hate speech? Does anybody have the plastics? Does anyone know the plastic surgeon he's talking about? No. I agree. A lot of people just think success is about having money. Well, I guess I've only found one hateful comment on YouTube. Alright, I'm going to give him a pass. I'm going to curb all my hate speech from now on. Okay, Mad Max. Ding, ding. Bam, bam. Everybody see the screen so far?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Somewhere on the abandoned highways of tomorrow, where law is another word for vengeance.
No, that's the wrong one, man. We need, what am I looking for? Oh, I know. Road Warrior. Trailer. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it's right there. Get ready. And
Humongous.
swirly dot, action.
This is what it has come to.
They're coming back!
They're coming back.
Move it!
Move it.
Is where it shall be decided.
This is Zenix's house right here.
Here it is. Greetings from the humongous.
Greetings from the humongous.
Yes.
The humongous rules the wasteland.
I'm gravely disappointed that you wish to take the gasoline out of the wasteland.
Defend the fuel.
Defend the fuel.
Away!
The gasoline. The whole compound. This is a land that prays for a hero.
Yeah, here comes Zenix.
Well, if anyone's gonna get in there, it's gonna be you.
It's gotta be you, Zenix.
This is Mad Max.
This is Zenix Max. No, don't kill Zenix. Ah! Ah! That wasn't you, Zenix. That was somebody else.
Max. A long time since I've seen driving like that, man.
There you are with your dog.
Of the road.
You're okay by me.
Rule of the
pal.
road.
Hand it to you, Trish. The VA interceptors.
Every day we get weaker while they get
Well,
stronger.
they get stronger.
You wanna get out of here?
You talk to me.
You want to get out of here? You talk to me. You talk to Zenix.
Now, to do the job, I need some high-octane gasoline. Got yourself a deal.
You
Run! But you can't hide!
can run, but you can't hide, Zenix. You ready to read, Zenix?
Water World.
Zenix, you ready to read?
Yeah, I'll say I am.
I'll say I am.
I'll say.
Ready? Hit it.
I decided I was sick of doing nothing.
No.
That night-
Listen,
No?
listen.
Okay.
Listen to this guy, okay? Listen to this. Listen to this guy right here, bro.
To do the job, I need some high-octane gasoline.
Let's get the gasoline.
You can run! But you can't hide!
What? What the fuck? Did you see that dude just call you out? You can run, Zenix, but you can't hide! He's trying to take your gasoline, man. I thought you were gonna make a stand, bro. What happened? He's trying to take your gasoline, bro. Are you ready? Hit it.
I still don't think I'm ready, actually.
I think you're ready. Watch Snaky Guy. He's gonna show you how to do it. Snaky Guy, hit it.
Hold up, wait, I don't...
I highlighted it for you.
have to go find it.
I highlighted it for you.
What comes to that?
In the meantime, Travel's gonna show you how to do it.
Okay, awesome.
Travo, is that what you said?
Yeah, Travel's gonna show you how to do it.
Alright. I decided I was sick of doing nothing.
Nah, watch who's gonna show you how to do it. Tim Will's gonna show you how to do it.
I decided I was sick of doing nothing.
Watch this. Principal Leotard's gonna show you how to do it the right way.
I decided I was sick of doing nothing.
Oh, he's
That
close.
night,
Watch
I
this.
asked my dad-
Hold on. Jar's gonna show you how to do it the right way.
Okay. I decided I was sick of doing nothing.
Oh, he's so
Then I
close.
asked my dad
Hold on.
for a job.
Zyger's gonna show you how to do it the right way.
I decided. I was
Wait a
sick
second,
of
hold on.
doing nothing.
Snaky Guy's gonna show you how to do it the right way.
I decided I was sick.
No wonder he can't do it the right way. Nobody knows how to do it. Ready? I'm gonna show you how to do it the right way. I decided I was sick of doing nothing! Snaky Guy, are you ready?
Sure.
Do it, sure.
I decided that I was sick of doing nothing.
Yeah, right. He's coming in and taking your gas. Zenix, are you ready?
Yes.
Alright, read it.
I decided I was sick of doing nothing.
Yeah, right, he just took your gas. Okay, keep going. He just took your gas. That night, after he took your gas, then what?
That night, I asked my dad.
No, that night, after he took your gas.
That night, after he took my gas,
Yeah, right.
I decided to asked my dad to go for a drive.
Oh, ironic, but you have no gas to drive. Okay, keep going.
Okay. I only have a learner's. I never bothered to get my full license, and I drove to a secluded residential area, parked, and told him everything I felt, and that I wanted his help to change.
Yeah, you know what? You're not going to change without gas. You need to practice. Can't have guys taking your gas, man.
Yeah.
I'm so excited I gotta watch the rest of this trailer.
I was wrong about you. Sorry. Every man for himself.
Every man for himself.
There's no place left to run.
No place left to run, Zenith. You're at Manhood Academy now.
When all that's left is one last chance.
One last chance.
Pray that he's still out there.
Pray that Zenith is still out there. Zenith
Mad Max
2. The Road Warrior. Alright. Well, welcome to class, Zenith. Hopefully your reading skills improve. I encourage you to listen to the next podcast, which I haven't posted, and the podcast before that help you to work on your reading skills. Because they're terrible right now. I fell asleep when I was reading. I also hope that the other students in class, who also fucked it up, will listen to the podcast and the podcast before that, or the 2 podcasts ago and the recent podcast I'm going to post. It will teach you how to read.
What numbers would they be?
I think it would be 85 and 86 will be the new one that hasn't been posted yet. So listen to 85 and listen to 86 and practice.
I remember 85 being a good one.
85 and 86, practice. It took Tim Will 34 tries to get it right. Oh, Joe-san, welcome back to class. He's like, I'm lagged.
Buongiorno.
Oh, buongiorno. Buongiorno. You're only on a 10-second lag this time. Don't worry. Okay. Let's see here. We're going to go to podcasting topics. Before we go to podcasting topics, let's talk about Zyger, because he went World War III with his girlfriend.
World War III.
Yes.
Well, it's like we never had a real fight before. Because she's really good at...
Or so you assume.
Well, no, I mean... Obviously, the problem is I don't have authority. But she was always good at, like, faking submission, so to speak.
Or you were really bad at gaining submission, so to speak.
No, I knew that I didn't have, like, real authority. And this manifested mostly when we argued about intellectual things. So that's when she would really define me. It pissed me off that I would make arguments and she would, like, ignore it and whatever.
Right.
Obviously, that was a problem. And today, earlier, we were talking about something, and like she became angry and said, I can't take this anymore. Let's stop talking. This angered me. Like I told her, don't tell me to stop. You know. And then she became more angry. Right. And then anyway, it degraded after that.
So instead of focusing on her behavior,
right,
you decided to focus on your behavior and defy everything in the ebook.
Exactly.
Okay. You thought you tried the Zyger way. Okay, how does the Zyger way work?
Not so good.
Not so good?
Anyway, she's gone. She's definitely going to call me again.
Right.
But what I need to do is tell her that, you know, basically tell her that we're not going to talk again until she tells me she's going to stop doing this behavior.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why are you intellectually debating a girl in the first place?
I don't really like it. That should not occur in principle.
Okay. I just...
You're entirely correct. It's because we're talking about regular stuff.
Okay.
And then I make a point like, oh no, things work like this. And then she's like, oh no, maybe you need to like be more, how do you say, put nuances in your thoughts. And I'm like,
yeah, I do that all the time with this chick I talk to. But the difference is, I know she's going to say something that is, you know, that I'll say like, for instance, I'll say, well, obviously guys are stronger and smarter than girls, therefore da-da-da-da-da. And then she'll go, no, I don't think that's true, or something like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, along those lines. And then instead of going, here's the reason why I think that, I'll say, well, I'll have to hammer first why she's wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. You're emotional, this and this. So, in a sense, it's like I'm reasoning with her, but only to a point where
you're doing punishment first.
I'm really doing punishment, because I'm really like scolding and saying, you don't do this right, this is wrong, you guys do this. So, it is reasoning, but I only let it go to a certain point. Like if she starts going, but da-da-da, let's see, if she starts going, no, but you always do this, or you always hate women, That point, at that point, it's like I know she's not capable of reasoning at that point. So then it becomes a issue of authority.
Right, because my girlfriend can't reason with me. That's the problem.
Well,
like if I make an argument, and she can't make an argument back.
Well, there you go. If you know,
pointless.
Right. So if you know at that point that somebody is arguing with you not from a reasonable standpoint, because there's somebody you could argue with intellectually, and they're trying to make points, that's a different story. But if they're just, making an emotional argument, you're just saying, no, that's wrong, that's mean, etc. At that point, you need to stop all arguments. At that point, it just becomes an issue of authority.
Right.
So the more you reason, the more you're undermining your own authority.
Right, and obviously that's the problem. I don't have proper authority in the relationship.
There you go.
I'm very aware of it.
Well, there you go. It's time to establish it.
It's gonna be the moment.
This is what needs to be a moment early on in the relationship. The earlier you establish authority, the easier it is. The later you establish authority, the harder it is.
Yeah. It was difficult because, like I told you, she would do everything I told her.
Yeah, but didn't we talk about this in the ebook? If a woman does everything you tell her, do you have authority?
No, not necessarily.
What is the real issue?
When she fears my authority.
Yeah, her attitude. Attitude drives the behavior. It's not the behavior. If Jar says, do the dishes, and she says, fine, I'll do the dishes, you asshole. She technically is doing the dishes. She's listening and doing what you said.
Further than that, she would act like she was not passive aggressive. She okay, I'll do it, it's fine. And no resentment or anything. So she would kind of act as if everything's fine. But in other...
What do you mean no resentment? If a girl hates doing something, she's going to be silent treatment while she's doing it.
No, she would not do silent treatment. Basically, there was no... It's like she did what I wanted, but almost like she wanted to do it. But only in cases where it was only intellectual arguments that she would define my authority. That's the only situation. That's
not an only. You're just not paying attention. There's no such thing as a compartmentalized girl. If a girl's defiant here, she's going to be defiant there. She's not sophisticated enough to go, I'm going to trick Zyger. I'm going to be totally, obedient in these cases. And only in these certain cases, I'm going to be, defiant. It doesn't happen that way. Your powers of observation are defective. Hosan says, who's breathing in chat? Well, who has their microphone close to their face and is pulling Darth Vader?
Not me.
And everybody's doing it.
All right. Let's see. Let's go on to
podcasting topics.
Wait, I'm listening. I'm listening for Darth Vader. Somebody have their microphone too close to their face. It's either Snaky Guy, or it's Darth Snaky, or Darth Xenic.
It's one of the ones with the mouthpiece right here when it comes up.
Oh, we got 2 columns here.
Oh, we got another Darth Vader.
Phenom.
It's Darth DKO. Monotone KO. Welcome, Monotone KO. Okay, well, it's either podcasting topics or expression. Let's go to expression, since you guys are all terrible at expression.
I have no expression.
Exactly. Owning your expression. We need to cover some podcasting topics. Okay, so we're going to do expression for about half hour, and then we'll cover some topics. Oh, Wolfgang! Oh, I was looking forward to seeing Wolfgang in class today. Is Wolfgang in the chat room at all?
Wolfgang, is that a new guy?
He's old.
Yeah, he's 4 years new. He just made his first post recently. Okay, let's go to Wolf. Did we read Wolfgang's recent post in class? I don't remember.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very impressive. Oh, Dear Diary, we have his first post from I Am Josan. Dear Diary.
Yeah.
Okay, read it.
You read it?
Hold on, Darth Vader. Stop breathing in your mic. Go ahead. Josan, read it.
Hold on, let me get on the page.
Oh, he's breathing in their mic.
I'm gonna lag it if I cheat. Hold on, I'm looking for it.
Come on, man. We're in the expression section. Let's go. Chop, 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 chop.
Maybe it's that guy, Pyotr Yagovoy?
Almost there, my computer's
Principal
still looking
Leotard. He's here.
Oh, that's Principal
Yeah, that's
Leotard.
me.
Principal Leotard, put a little picture on your thing.
Okay, I will.
Okay, everybody listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I feel... Okay, Dear Diary. Today felt like a well-accomplished day. I didn't have class today, so I slept in for 1 hour more than when I do wake up for class and woke up at 8:30 a.m. I'm very glad that I didn't oversleep.
Okay, hold on.
because then I
I'm
would
falling
feel
asleep
like I
already
wasn't
reading this.
motivated.
Ready? We're going to read this, even though it's just the, let's see, I'm very glad, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. Today, I felt like a well-accomplished day. You read right after me. Go ahead.
Okay. I didn't have class today, so
No. Listen. You're
What?
going to
Say
read the
what?
sentence. You're going to read the sentence I'm reading.
Oh, okay.
Today, felt like a well-accomplished day.
Today felt like a well-accomplished day.
I didn't have class today,
I didn't have class today,
so I slept in for 1 hour.
so I slept in for 1 hour.
No, so I slept in for 1 hour.
So I slept in for 1 hour.
Now, read the words. Wrap your lips around the articulation of the sound. So I slept in for 1 hour.
So I slept in for 1 hour.
Listen to the way I'm reading it, and I am extending the vowels, the A-E-I-O-U sounds. So I slept in for 1 hour.
So I slept in for 1 hour.
Punctuate the vowels. So, emphasis O, I slept in for 1 hour. Put emphasis at the end, not at the beginning.
So
I said put emphasis at the end, not the beginning. So, I slept in
slept in
for 1 hour.
for 1 hour.
Oh my God. I want to kill myself. All right, here we go. More than I do.
More than when I do.
Than when I do.
Uh-huh.
Than when I do.
Oh, okay. Then when I do.
Emphasize the vowel when I do.
When I do.
Watch. We need some guy who can actually read. Listen, Travo. Repeat after me. I didn't have class today.
I didn't have class today.
So I slept in
So I slept in
for 1
for 1
hour more
hour more
than when I do
than when I do
wake up for class
wake up for class
and woke up at 8:30.
at 8:30.
See, there's an emphasis. Do you hear the emphasis, Joe-san?
I hear it.
You hear
I
it?
hear it.
Then I want you to
Yeah, I hear
repeat it. Ready? I didn't have class today,
I didn't have class today.
so I slept in
So I slept in
for 1 hour.
for 1 hour.
Don't rush the first 2 words. For 1 hour.
For 1 hour.
Say 1.
1.
Say 4.
4.
No, listen to the vowels. 1,
1.
4.
4.
If I was going into battle with you and you're giving inspirational speech, I would fall asleep. You need to emphasize the vowels. 4, 1 hour.
1 hour.
4,
4.
like you're roaring. 4.
4.
Yes. 1
1
hour.
hour.
Yes. See, I woke up. More than
More than
when I do wake up
when I do wake up
for class
for class
and woke up
and woke up
at 8:30.
at 8:30.
Tim, Will, you ready?
Yeah.
Tim, you ready? Yeah?
Yeah,
You sure?
yeah. I'm very glad that I didn't oversleep, because then I would have felt like I wasted my whole day, and I would have felt lazy and tired.
Okay.
I hate that.
Okay, here we go. Let's try it one more time. I'm very glad
I'm very glad
that I didn't oversleep.
that I didn't oversleep,
Because then,
because then,
no. Emphasize. Because then,
because then,
because then,
because then,
because then,
because then,
I wouldn't have felt,
I would have felt,
I would have felt,
I would have felt,
felt.
felt.
Okay, here we go. Let's try Snaky Guy. Ready?
Alright.
I'm very glad.
I'm very
Glad.
glad
Yes, emphasis. That I didn't oversleep.
that I didn't oversleep.
That I didn't oversleep.
That I didn't oversleep.
You're skipping over the first ones. That.
That.
You guys read like kids. You have to pronounce this word. That. Motherfucker. Zenik, ready?
Yes.
I'm very glad.
I'm very glad.
I'm very glad. No, listen to me. I'm very glad.
I'm very glad.
Motherfucker, listen to me. I'm very glad.
I'm very glad.
Glad. I'm very glad.
I'm very glad.
You're so close. I'm very glad.
I'm very glad
Yes, that I didn't oversleep.
that I didn't oversleep.
Because...
Because...
No, listen. Because I can't stand you reading. Josan, ready? Because...
Next. Because.
Because... Then I would have felt like I wasted my whole day. And I would have felt lazy and tired. Lazy and tired. Say the T. Tired. Attack the T. Tired. Yeah, you sound like you're tired reading. Zyger, you ready?
Yep.
I'm very glad.
I'm very glad.
I'm very glad. No. I'm very glad. Extend the vowels.
I'm very glad.
I'm very glad.
I'm very glad.
Don't try to bring them up high like this. Bring them out. I'm very glad.
I'm very glad.
You don't sound very glad. You sound depressed. Out. I'm very glad. I'm about to commit suicide. Listen. First word, I'm. Extending, emphasizing, I'm very glad. I'm going to jump off the cliff right now. No. Zyger, don't jump. Listen. I'm. Emphasis. I'm. I'm falling off. I'm very glad. Not glad. Glad. Not glad. Glad. Extend the vowel. Emphasis at the end. Glad. Falling off the cliff. Glad. 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 Glad.
Mine sounds just like yours.
No, it doesn't. Say it out loud. Stress the vowel. Add. Attack the D. Attack the D. Just do it.
Glad.
Attack the D. Glad.
What does it mean to attack the D?
It means say it louder than the other words. Or the other letters.
Okay. Glad.
Which one was the most powerful letter he emphasized there, Travo?
G, probably.
G or the A?
I was gonna say A.
Yeah. You ready to try it again, Zyger?
So I emphasize the D.
Yes. 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 Please. Ready? Glad.
Glad.
Don't let the A drop down. Keep the A strong till you get to D. I'm very glad.
I'm very glad.
Yes, closer. I'm very glad.
Very glad.
No, you're going glad. And he's falling off a cliff. Listen to Jar.
Glad.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
falling
I'm
off a cliff. Ready? Jar's not going to fall off a cliff. I'm very glad.
I'm very glad.
I'm very glad.
I'm very glad.
I'm
I'm
very
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 very.
You need to attack the V, man. Very
Very
glad
glad
that I didn't oversleep
that I didn't oversleep
because
because
then I would have felt
then I would have felt
like I wasted my whole day.
like I wasted my whole day.
All right, now let's get Monotone KO in here. You ready, Mr. Monotone? This is going to be a challenge for Mr. Monotone. You ready?
Yes, I am.
I'm very glad.
I'm very glad.
I'm very glad
that I
didn't oversleep. Oversleep.
Sleep.
Because
Because
then I would have felt.
then I would have felt.
Then I would have felt. Okay, let's try this. This might not work because some of us have lag. You guys are all gonna follow me. Okay, ready?
Everybody wins.
I'm very glad. I'm very glad. I didn't oversleep. Never mind. All right. You guys go back. Once we post the podcast, I want you to listen. I want you to listen for emphasis because you guys need to learn how to emphasize the end. You are not trying to speed read through. If you want to convey your message, you have to be convinced about your message. This means you'll add proper emphasis when necessary to emphasize certain words. You will say them strongly. Even if you're not saying them loudly, you will say them strongly. You will not be afraid to emphasize a word, even every word you're saying. A lot of you will like rush through the sentence to get to the key word, blah, 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 and then emphasize the word. This is very distracting when you're reading. It's like you could tell where, when you're doing a magic trick and you're trying to do misdirection and you're trying to keep everybody's eyes off your left hand where you're holding the coin. It's like you're rushing through the entire trick and then suddenly you dramatically display your left hand and everybody pays attention to it because it's out of place. Each word is important to your message. Each word is important to your message, Tim Will. Tim Will, can you tell the class that each word is important to your message?
Each word is important to your message.
Okay. Principal Leotard, can you tell people that each word is important to your message?
Each word is important to your message.
Did you hear how he said it? What was the difference between Tim Will and Principal Leotard, Joe-san?
The pronunciation.
Obviously. What was the difference?
One sounded more alive than the other.
Why did one sound more alive than the other, Jar?
Importance was stressed out better, that he had emphasis on importance because it was important.
There were other words he stressed out too.
Right.
Zeiger, what's the difference?
I would say, well, I think when Tim Willie did it, every word sounded like equally emphasized.
Yeah, there
Like
was. It may have been strong, but it was just blended into each other. Like
Wow.
one word stood out at the end, but not like how Principal Leotard emphasized almost every word and separated them.
Right. It felt like he had a message to convey.
Yes.
Instead of like words to convey.
Each word is important. 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 What is the difference, Travo?
When you emphasize each word, it's like you're saying it with balls.
Yeah. Like you have conviction behind what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not afraid of what you're saying. Like, you're not afraid someone's going to tell you, like, no, you're wrong. That's not true. That's not what you're talking about.
You're waiting for the people to listen to you. You're not hoping they listen to you. You're not saying, let me say this as fast as I can because they might stop listening. You're saying, you have to listen to what I'm saying. Each word is important. Each word is important.
Who is breathing like that?
Yes, somebody has Darth Vader mic. One of you guys with Darth Vader mics, either Snaky Guy or Xenic, cover your mic. Mute your mic. Something. I can hear you breathing.
Mute the mic now.
He had better.
Thank you, sirs. Tim Will, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Each word is important.
Each word is important.
That's better. Say it again.
Each word is important.
Which word wasn't important there, Travo?
Important.
Jar, which word wasn't important there?
Is.
Zeiger, which word wasn't important?
I think it was important.
Try it again, Tim Will.
Each word is important.
Okay, which word wasn't important there, DKO?
Is.
Josen, which word wasn't important?
Is.
Principal Leotard, which word wasn't important?
Is.
Not only is, the very first word, each. Not important at all. Try it again, Tim Will. Each word is important.
Each word is important.
Okay, now we're going to hear from Zeiger. He's going to make every word important. Each word is important. Zeiger, go ahead.
When you say something, each word is important.
Okay, that sounded different. Which word was Which word was the least important there, Jar?
Important.
Travo, which word was the least important?
Important.
Okay, try it again, Zeiger.
Each word is important?
Snaky guy. Which word wasn't
Yes.
important there?
I don't know.
I don't know either. They all sounded important to me. Tim Will, you ready?
Yeah,
Yeah?
let's do this.
Let's do this! Each word is important.
Each word is important.
Zenik, which word wasn't important?
I don't know. All sounded important to me.
TKL, which word wasn't important?
I think word.
Jar?
Important.
Josen?
Important.
Zyger?
They're all sound important, but is had a kind of strange intonation to it.
Travo?
I thought they all sounded important to me.
Principal Leotard?
Is an important kind of mesh a little bit.
One more time. One more time. Tim Will.
Each word is important.
Word was rushed. Word was not important. Try it again.
Each word is important.
Word was rushed. It's not important. Try it again.
Each word
Each
is
wasn't important. Rush through. Try it again.
Each word is
Word wasn't important. Rush through. Try it again.
Each word
Each wasn't
is
important. Rush through. Try it again.
Each word
Each wasn't important. Rush through. Try it again.
Each word
Each wasn't important. Try it again.
Each word is
Word wasn't important. Try it again.
Each word is important.
Is wasn't important. Try it again. Got two out of 4. Keep going.
Each word is
Word wasn't important. Too fast. Try it again.
How is that too fast?
Wasn't slow enough. Wasn't important enough to me. Try it again. Go ahead.
Each
Oh, that's
word
important to me. Hold on. Each was important to me. Okay, keep going. I was so impressed by the first one. Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Each word is important.
No conviction behind word. Wasn't impressed. Try it again.
I think we need to imagine we're lecturing people.
You don't need to
Each
imagine. You just need to do it.
word
Yeah.
is important.
Is rushed through sounds different than important. Not impressed. Try it again.
How many times has it been now?
I don't know. It hasn't been 34 times yet, though. Last time it only took you 34. Keep going.
Each word is important.
That was so close. I was almost impressed by that. I was just a little off somewhere. Go ahead.
Each word is
Rush through.
important.
It was rushed through in the middle. Keep going. Try it one more time.
Each word is important.
Is didn't sound that important. Try it again.
Each word is important.
So close. Try it again. Attack the words. Separate them.
Each
Yes.
word
Yes.
is
Yes.
important.
Oh, that was it. Okay. Now do that again. Do it one more time for confirmation. That was right.
Each word is important.
There. Now, which word wasn't important there, Snaky Guy? Snaky Guy. Technical difficulties.
I forgot to unmute my mic. I don't know. I thought they were all important.
Yeah, they all sounded important to me. Every word was emphasized. Every word slowed down and given attention. It wasn't rushed through. It wasn't like each word is important, right? He emphasized every word. Each word is important. He gave every word attention because he cared about making every word sound important. He cared about what he was saying. Before, he didn't care what he was saying. He was trying to get through it. Josen's going to demonstrate how each word is important.
Say the same thing? Yep. Yes.
No, we'll just staring contest. You stare at me, I stare at you.
Each word is important.
Jar, did you fall asleep or were you paying attention?
I fell asleep.
Yeah, I fell asleep too. You ready, Joe-san?
Okay. Each word is important.
Okay, except you forgot each wasn't that important. Try it again.
Each word is important.
Okay, if each was the most important word and then everyone else went down in tone. Try it again.
Each word.
Okay, word was already more important than each. Try it again. Each wasn't important.
Okay, let me try again. Each word.
Each wasn't important as word.
Each word is.
Word isn't important now. Word lost importance.
Oh man. Each. No.
Try it again. There you go.
Word is important.
Except for is. Keep going. Try it again.
Each word is important.
Except by saying is and important now, the first two were too fast. Try it again.
Each word is important.
Close, except you went down on important, like you're finishing the sentence and it wasn't that as important.
Each word is important.
Except I don't like the emphasis on your word each. It just sounds like you're getting through that word. Say that one with emphasis. It's supposed to be important. It's part of the sentence. Say it.
Each. How's that?
That's good. Each.
Each word is important.
Yes. Jar.
Yes. Each word is important.
Except it's too fast. Try it again.
Each word is
Too fast. Try it again.
Each word is
Rushing through. Try it again.
Each word.
Each lost its emphasis for some reason. Try it again.
Each
Lost
word.
its emphasis. Try it again.
Each.
It's getting weaker every time. It should be a strong word right off the bat, right at the beginning of the sentence.
Each word is important.
Yeah, you're rushing through is. You're trying to rush through the sentence. Stop rushing through the sentences.
Each word is important.
Except important became super important.
Each
Doesn't
word.
sound important at all.
Right. Each word is important.
Except you rush through is.
Each word is important.
How was that, Zyger?
I guess he put like volume and emphasis, but I don't feel like he knows what the words mean in the sentence.
Travel, what'd you think?
I thought it sounded pretty good to me.
Sounded good to me. DK, what'd you think?
It did sound good to me.
Zenik?
Sounded pretty good to me too.
Snaky guy?
It was good.
Joe-san? Joe-san?
It sounded important.
Oh, it sounded important to Class Clown here. The Class Clown approved. Tim Will?
He got louder as the sentence got on.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want every word to be important. Is that what you're telling him?
Yes.
Why don't you tell him then?
Jar seemed like the word each wasn't as loud as the others.
As important. Okay.
Principal Leotard.
I actually missed what he said that last one.
Okay. Good thing Jar's gonna repeat it.
Each word is important.
It sounds like you got progressively important near the end. And each doesn't matter.
Each word
Each doesn't sound important.
Each word is important.
Yes, they all sound important to me. Zyger. Oh, did we already do you, Zyger?
Yeah, at the beginning. I don't mind doing it again, though.
Oh, good. Let's see a refresher. Let's see if it's stuck. Go ahead.
Each word is important.
Except you rush through is.
Each
Except fast,
word.
too fast with each.
Each word is important.
Yes. Say each one more time. It was a little suspicious. I liked it, but it was a little suspicious.
Each word is important.
Yes. Travo.
Yes.
Sup, bro?
Do you want me to comment on Zyger's or say it myself?
What's going on, bro?
It's better for you to just start something.
Sup, bro?
Okay. Each word is important.
Except important sounded more important than everything else.
Okay.
Okay.
Each word is important.
Except is was not important at all. Because it almost blended into important.
Each word is important.
Except is didn't sound that important.
Each word is important.
Yes. What'd you think, DKO?
I liked it.
Joe Son?
It was very good.
Principal Leotard?
Yeah, nice and paced.
Tim Will?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, looks like we got a consensus here. Nice work, Travo. Okay, Monotone KO, you're up. Me. La 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 la. I like how this guy has to prep and take deep breaths to talk. Oh no, I gotta say something. Oh no, bro. Okay, bro, hit it, bro. Hit it, brosif.
Each word is...
Makes me fall asleep. Yes, try it again.
Each word is important.
Except for the first word. Try again.
Each word is important.
Except you're trying to rush through it and there's no conviction in the words. Try again.
Each
Except I don't
word.
care about that word. Try again.
Each word.
Except I don't care about how you're reading it. Try again.
Each word. Each.
Buzzer. Just saying each
Each word is...
Try again.
Each word...
Word. Try again.
Attack it.
Attack it, man!
Word is important.
And cut. Try again.
Each word.
No. Each isn't even important.
Each word.
Word. Try again.
Each word is...
Oh, it's going to be a long uphill battle with you, Mr. Monotone. Try again.
Each word is important.
Are you ready? Let me know when you're ready so I can wake up.
I'm ready, man.
Alright, hit it.
Each.
Can you help this guy out, Jar? I'm falling asleep. I can't pay attention. It's so terrible.
Alright, so listen to me
Jar, speak up. You're too low. Too low, Jar.
I'm too low. So, DKO, try to listen to me and see if you can hear a difference between me and you say it.
Yeah, I can definitely hear a difference.
Okay, so each word is different. Or wait.
Yeah, close enough. Important. All right, we got it.
Important. So, yeah, try to really make sure that you spend time with each word.
And emphasize the end.
Yeah. Really have to focus. Alright, here we go.
Each word is
Getting less progressively important. Try again. You started off well.
each
No.
each word
Word. Try again.
each
No.
word
No. Try again.
each
Nope.
each
Listen to Camp Travis.
Each word.
Whoa, stop right there. What did you hear? The difference between the way you said each and the way Travo said each. What's the difference?
He emphasized the end.
What did you emphasize?
Sort of the middle.
You're trying to get through it. That's why you talk like that. Sort of. You're like a murmur. Go.
each word is
Oh, lost it. Alright.
each
No. Listen to Joe-san. Listen to how Joe-san says each.
each
You see how he says it?
word
Yeah.
Try it again.
each word
Too fast on each.
each word is
Except is wasn't that important. You did fine on the first two.
each word is important.
What'd you think, Tim Will?
I think he kind of dropped it on.
You give him the buzzer?
Of importance.
You give him the buzzer?
And
Snaky guy, what'd you think? Can't hear you, Snaky guy.
It sounded a little whiny at the end around him.
Oh, you got whiny. Okay. Xenic.
It sounded, okay.
Xenic.
I agree with Tim Will. I thought he lost emphasis at the end.
Yes. Principal Leotard.
I thought the is too important transition could have been better. I always watch for that.
Hit it, DKO.
each word is
We're not gonna have enough time to get through this. Come on, this is the last time. This is the last chance you get right now. Do it right.
Do it with anger.
Get anger, Hulk out. Hulk out. Hulk out, Randy Savage. Do it. Do it, DKO. Come in.
Do it now.
Do it now.
is important.
Yeah, fail. Okay, let's move on. You're going to have to listen to yourself on the podcast to see the fail and to work on it. Next, they're going to podcasting topics. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, you know what? We're going to stick with expression since we're going to stick with content now. Have had enough torture listening to you guys. Let's just go straight to content, actual content. We can actually discuss something. Let's see here. Bam, bam.
Actual content as in what people put down on paper.
Yeah, what people put down on paper, and we'll discuss the actual content instead of your reading of the content. Let's see. Did we just cover Joe-san? Oh, we didn't get through it, did we? Okay. Today felt like a well-accomplished day. We'll read this in a round. We're going to start with Zyger, Jar, Joe-san, Principal Leotard, Tim Will, Travo, DKO, Xenic, and then Snaky Guy. Everybody's going to take a sentence. Go.
Today felt like a well-accomplished day.
I didn't have class today, so I slept in for 1 hour more than when I do wake up for class and woke up at 8:30 a.m.
I'm very glad that I didn't oversleep because then I would have felt like I wasted my whole day, and I would have felt lazy and tired.
I hate that.
Okay, Principal Leotard, what do you think about this paragraph?
It varied in tone and intensity of delivery.
I'm not talking about how we read it. I'm talking about the actual content.
It's just information for the most part. It's about the 90% information and maybe 10% of his personal experiences when he talks about lazy and tired.
Tim Will.
So, I jumped out of bed.
No. What did you think about the first paragraph?
Too much fluff.
Who cares? Anything else?
I don't know, it was just like, okay, I did this, then I did that.
I opened the fridge, I got an egg out, I shut the fridge. Camp Travel, what'd you think? First paragraph.
Yeah, it was kind of boring, like reading a kindergartner paper or something.
Yeah, I picked up my pencil, I wrote a
didn't have
letter.
class today.
Yeah, I took
slept in for one more hour than I usually do.
Okay, DKO.
I thought it was too informative and not much thoughts or feelings put into it.
Why didn't you care about this paragraph? What if I wrote this paragraph? Would you care?
I still wouldn't really like it either.
It wouldn't matter. Our tight relationship wouldn't matter. It wouldn't affect the paragraph.
Well, it would, but I would just say, well, this is kind of boring. I want to know what's going on here. I mean, I want to know more about what he feels. And
Zenik, what'd you think about the paragraph?
I think it's kind of alright. It's just that...
Kind of alright? You're looking forward to these paragraphs? You're looking forward to more sleeping adventures?
I feel like he has the right idea.
I can't wait to learn about more sleeping adventures. This is going to be awesome.
The way he executed it, it just feels like he's not being candid with it.
So you want it more candid? You want more candid sleeping adventures? How would you make this more candid? Tell me.
I don't know how I would do it.
Okay, snaky guy.
Yeah, I didn't really like it, and I thought that the second sentence was a little redundant, and there's useless information that could be cut out.
Today felt like a well-accomplished day. I didn't have class today, so I slept in for 1 hour. You felt that was redundant information.
The whole sentence where it's I didn't have class today, so I slept in for 1 hour more than when I do wake up for class, and woke up at 8:30.
Okay, so is there a consensus that we all fell asleep on this first paragraph?
right, but like this is the introduction, and usually you want to like grab people's attention at first. So here he's putting up some context.
Well, this is not a 5-paragraph essay. We're not selling anything. It should be his genuine experience. But again, this is dry information. If he had a relationship with all the other students, this might matter. But there's no relationship. How's your relationship with the other students, Joe-san?
It's not there. Non-existent.
Non-existent was the word I would use. Yes, non-existent. So there's no relationship. All these frivolous details don't matter to people who don't care about you. So in order to get people to care about you, what should you be writing about?
My expressions.
Your expression.
Or reactions, right?
I don't know. You tell me.
Expressions and reactions.
Your expressions and reactions. That means nothing. Okay, let's keep going. Who's up?
I am.
Go for it.
So I jumped out of bed, stretched a little.
More bed talk. Awesome. Okay, keep going.
And went into the bathroom and took my morning piss.
I like how he uses the example we always use. I took a piss. I got up. I took a piss. He uses the exact example we use in class. This is awesome. Have you been to class before? This dude has been to class before. I took a piss. The classic. Okay, keep going. Who's next?
Me.
Go ahead.
I washed my hands and walked into the living room.
It's classic. DKO.
I was going to my morning workout. I gotta go.
Okay, Zenik.
I was going to do my morning workout, but I felt really hungry, so I decided to cook myself some breakfast first.
Let's see, who's next? Snaky.
That way, I can work out more.
Work out more. I
Zyger?
cooked for myself some eggs, turkey, onions, and had some beans and tortillas on the side, some fresh cottage cheese, and some milk.
It was so good.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Gotta go.
It made me feel all good inside.
I love actually being able to eat breakfast in the mornings because then I have energy to go out and do stuff.
Woo!
On the days I have class, I never have time to eat breakfast, and I always feel like shit, especially on the days when I work out on an empty stomach.
Aside from working out, I have to ride my bike 4 miles to the bus stop and then ride my bike to school.
I don't get anything until around 12 p.m. Oh, I'm gonna do that again. I missed a word. Okay.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point. Keep going.
It kills me, especially since I eat so much.
Okay, Jar, what'd you think?
Did you say Jar?
Jar, what'd you think?
He's conveying straight information.
What tells you that?
Because I can hear this from anybody. Anybody can come up to me and tell me what their daily routine is. That's not new information to me. That's not...
So you mean Josun's not the only person that takes a pee?
Yeah.
There are other people that take a piss in the morning or in the afternoon or during the day.
Well, that's what I thought when I grew up my entire life.
Right, so you took one, so you figure everybody else takes one.
Yeah.
So conveying that information doesn't seem that relevant to you.
No.
Okay?
I want to get to know the Jojen.
Okay. The Jojen.
The Josen. The what?
The Jojen. It's like the ninja.
Jojen, like Trojan.
Principal Leotard.
Yep.
Yep.
I thought that this paragraph was mostly information, but when he starts to talk about it, it was so good, it made me feel all good inside. It made me realize that there's hope, and maybe he can expand on that next time as far as expression.
Yeah, Tim Will, was there any emotional content or any thoughts in here?
There was some.
Name one.
How he loves actually being able to eat breakfast.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
He says why he likes being able to eat.
Okay. That's wrong?
That's right. Well, that part is right.
Okay. So he's telling us why, the whys of his feelings or his thoughts. Okay, what's wrong with the paragraph in general?
Let me see. I do most of that stuff. I wash my hands.
Yeah. What example do we always use in class for useless information?
I woke up, I took a piss.
Yeah, I think that's textbook Manhood Academy example of what not to say. Camp Travo.
I thought it had a little bit of thoughts and emotions, but like where he said it made me feel all good inside, that's really vague and it's not very specific.
It made me feel good. Just like I got in a car accident, I felt bad. Bad like you squashed a hamster, bad like you got a bad test grade. I mean, there's so many degrees of bad. Bad is such a vague term. Such a useless term. All right, I don't think I can get through the rest of this because the first two paragraphs were grueling, but I hope, Joe-san, you understand why people don't care about reading this. It's conveying information. It's not conveying your thoughts and feelings. And even when you do convey your thoughts and feelings, they're too vague in general for anybody to care about. I love the pizza. It was really good. I didn't like going to class. It was very bad. It doesn't tell us anything about you. It doesn't tell us anything about your specific degree of your emotions or your thoughts. All right, let's head over to, Monotone KO. Let's see if he writes in monotone, too. Oh, big smiley face. Woo! All right, hit it. Who's next? Who's up to read?
Tabia.
Go for it. Wait, let me...
All
right, go ahead.
I'm not scared to look at girls in the eye when they cross my path anymore. Reason has definitely...
Next. Who's up?
Okay.
Josen.
I'm looking for it.
Are we just going down like windows on the Google Plus page? Like you're just going down?
Yeah.
To read? So we know the order? Okay.
Principal Leotard, go ahead.
Reason has definitely eased my paranoia of girls or guys admonishing me with their looks of disgust or disapproval if they'd ever catch me staring at sexy-looking girls.
Sexy-looking girls. Tim Will.
I don't even pay attention to others around me when I check out girls in front, to the left, to the right, or up the stairs in front of me.
Girls to the left, to the right, to the front. Camp Travo.
I'm just focused on either the girl's ass, tits, hips, legs, or bare arms.
Zanik.
There we go. Though, the more I stare, the more my urge to say anything to them grows.
Literally or figuratively? We don't know. Alright, snaky guy.
But I'm left with a lightheaded feeling. As I stare at the girl's whatever, I think about what to say.
My paranoid thinking fucks up my actions to the point where my head feels like a balloon.
Joseph.
That's the point I reach after I walk away and then endure my lightheadedness with embarrassment.
The embarrassment just makes my head feel even lighter, hence prolonging and increasing my feeling of dread.
What'd you think, Tim Will?
I could actually relate to this.
Oh, so it drew you in.
I mean, he's writing about what goes on inside his head.
Right?
You know, and, you know, he's saying, like, you know what, when people look at it, doesn't even bother me anymore, and I just, sometimes when I think I have something to say, I just get all fucked up, and, you know, it really gets inside DKO's head.
Okay. Camp Travel?
Yeah, I liked it. I could relate too because, like, I feel the same way when I ever look at hot girls. It's like, I want to say something to them, but I'm like, I get paranoid and afraid and everything.
I got paranoid and afraid and everything. I like how we have to get you to not read monotone. That's awesome. Get you to not read in a monotone voice. And then you go right back to explaining everything in a monotone voice. Zenik.
I thought it was pretty good, too. It just had, like, lots of things that I could relate to, you know? Like, lots of statements I could relate to, because I'd experienced them myself. It wasn't just information that I could read from a book. I felt like he conveyed some of his person to me.
How did you know he was conveying his person to you?
Because he describes the way he felt when he encountered these situations.
What do we call those things? The things he felt.
Reactions.
More specifically. It rhymes with feelings.
I don't know. I can't think of the word.
I think Jar can think of it. What is it? What's the word, Jar? Jar, what's the word we're looking for?
Feeling.
Yeah, your feelings. Okay, great.
Okay.
All right, Snaky Guy.
I really liked it, and I can relate to it because it's something I deal with most days at school. So, definitely a connection there that I like.
Joseph.
Yes.
Yes.
Please ask me the question one more time.
Motherfucker. Please pay attention one more time. Principal Leotard.
The part in this paragraph that I like the most is where he talks about his head feeling like a balloon. I can relate to that as far as being confused and thinking about what to say to girls. I would never say it that my head felt like a balloon, but the way he describes it, I felt similar.
Okay.
So it's something I can relate to.
Okay. Jar.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay.
It was okay.
It was
Like,
okay.
to me, yeah, he does bring you into his experience. You know, he's very specific with his head feeling like a balloon. And that's good.
It's good, but
It's good, but
I didn't care about it.
I think that it's hard for me to describe this. Because I feel like
How's your relationship with Monotone KO?
It's bad.
It's bad?
Non-existent.
So you don't care. He has to say something that actually matters to you for you to even care.
Yeah, or I have to do that too.
Okay. Oh, look at Monotone KO's back. We're working on your expression toast.
Can you
Expression
press-
toast.
Professor, could you please press yes?
Um,
Are you still there?
Yeah, it hasn't popped up yet. The question hasn't popped up yet. Waiting for it.
It popped up on mine.
Okay. Oh, it's probably on, is it on yours?
It popped up on mine. I thought it was you because I'm looking at your screen.
Are you still there?
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Next paragraph.
Alright, that's me. When I think about those things, I don't feel like typing my post anymore.
Depression wakes up my laziness, and they both work to keep me down like evil scientists plotting my despair.
Even now, as I type that sentence, it's getting harder for me to go on because the gloom and grief and glum wreak havoc among my feelings of contentment and satisfaction. Oh, wait,
Grief and grief and glum.
Sorry. Gloom and grief and glum and all the sad related words squirm and squeeze inside my head like worms.
Wow. Okay. Powerful, man.
They stay there and wreak havoc among my feelings of contentment and satisfaction.
Well, that's when I start remembering the times when I was a happy camper back in the days of elementary, junior high, and high school.
But when... Joe-san?
But when I dwell and relish the past with fondness, I end my roller coaster ride with an abrupt thud.
Then I'm left wondering why my unlucky life has to be struck by a lightning bolt.
Why was I chosen to live a lonely life? How come me, but not him?
What'd you think, Tim Will?
It was amazing. He actually wrote about like how he doesn't want to write anymore, but he keeps writing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really. I mean, it was really insightful.
Really
As to,
insightful.
like how, because he describes exactly how he's feeling and why he doesn't want to do it and all the roller coaster stuff.
So he's very candid.
Yeah.
How'd you like the paragraph?
Oh, you're still talking to me?
Yeah, how'd you like the paragraph?
Hey, I really liked it.
Yeah, me too. Travo.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It was very candid and like I like how he said.
Unlike your reading of it, right?
Yeah.
It's very candid, unlike your reaction, which is like this. It's like a poker face. We don't know what happened. It was really good.
I like how he says the words squirm and squeeze inside his head like worms.
Yeah, that was kind of like a graphic image.
Yeah.
Scenic.
I liked the paragraph too. It was really descriptive, and like a lot of the words that he used painted a really vivid image.
Yeah.
So it was a lot easier to relate to than the paragraph before it, even though the paragraph before it wasn't as bad
Yeah.
as some of the other ones we've read.
Loungy guy.
Wait, am I loungy guy now?
Yeah, you're loungy guy. You're lounging sideways. Go ahead.
Alright. Yeah, I thought it was really good and very nice picture. I guess the only thing I don't like is when it comes to the negative paragraphs and stuff, I don't like to read those as much. Especially because this actually kind of makes me feel not as good. Like if I was feeling really good and then read this, it would definitely bring down how I feel.
So you're like a chick and you want an emotional you want a Twilight novel.
No, I don't want a Twilight novel.
You want a Harry Potter ending.
I've never seen every Harry Potter. I've only seen like 2.5 Harry Potter movies.
Never mind.
I don't know.
We got it.
I like something a little more upbeat.
You want an upbeat one. Jar.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the paragraph was right at the end. I know that a lot of you guys like the middle part, and I guess for some reason it just didn't really connect with me. I actually thought that the worm thing inside his head, yeah, of course it was, he was very descriptive. I guess it just wasn't like a picture that maybe I didn't like, but
Okay.
yeah. But I really like the end. Why was I chosen to live? Like, how come me, but not him?
Yeah, very
like
personal thoughts.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. It's very personal, and I really enjoy that because sometimes I write like that, and when I write like that, I feel like it's my better expression.
Yeah, those are the
That's
posts
why
that
I
draw
like
you
that.
in. Very personal, very
Yes.
attractive, because you can
Yes.
relate, you can bring the other person into your experience. Joe-san.
I liked it because he really conveyed his emotions, even though they were very sad and gloomy. And it makes me feel bad for him. So that's good.
Yes. Who has a TV on? Who has chatter in the background? Anybody have a running conversation in the background? Principal Leotard, you got a conversation in the background?
Yeah, I'm hearing some kind of random noises sometimes.
Okay, turn your mic off when you're not talking, because I can hear like a bunch of chatter.
Oh, from me?
I don't know. Jar, you got random conversation in the background?
I'm just hearing someone else's. I'm pretty sure it's not me.
Somebody should be able to tell. They should just be able to turn their ear to the left and go, oh, there's a conversation going on in the background.
Not me.
Okay.
No, it's not me.
I have a bunch of people in my house right now.
Who?
It's on.
Xenic?
No, my mic's muted. You wouldn't hear anything from me.
Who has a bunch of people in their house right now?
Was it just on?
There's a car horn. Who just
I
heard
have
a
bunch of
car
people in
horn
my house right now.
in the background? Joe-san, you got a bunch of people in there?
Yeah.
Mute
no
your
fans
mic.
here.
Mute your mic for a second. Oh, magically it's quiet.
We got a winner.
We got a winner. If you hear sound in the background, we hear it too. Turn that shit off. Thank you, sir. Okay, I think we got a gist of any suggestions or any comments about improvements for this paragraph, Jar? Or for this, I should say post. His post, his writing style.
His writing style.
Did you like it? Did you not like it?
His writing style, yeah, I enjoyed his writing style. I wanted to go more to talk about how I liked how he was very personal at the end.
Yeah, I like his personal thoughts.
Yeah, I really like the personal thoughts because I don't know, I'm just drawn in. Like, I just like it, and I want to read
because
more.
It meets your social need.
Yeah.
You should pay attention to the things you like because of the things that other people like. It meets their need. When your thoughts and feelings are shared, you form a functional relationship. This is what meets other people's needs. 1 dose of CC. Oh, first post. What the hell? First post. Woo! This is going to be the best post ever, I can tell. Here we go. Okay, Jar, hit it.
I'm sitting here at home after a night of some fun. Bars, drinking, and a party.
Joseph, unmute Mike. Or not. Principal Leotard.
I've been putting off.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. We got a little lag. Sorry. Go ahead.
I've been putting off writing this shit for the longest time.
Procrastination is a major vice of mine.
It makes me feel ashamed of how horrible I am at getting the shit I need to get done. Done?
Get done.
Done.
Keep going, Travel. Keep reading. Next paragraph.
I spent most of the night at a party to which I was invited.
DKO.
After waking up hungover one too many times, I've stopped drinking excessively like I used to years ago.
Zenith, keep going.
I, like many others before me, thought that I had a good grasp of the principles of social competence after a couple of reads.
The party tonight proved me wrong.
There were
some... Oh, that's it.
Yeah. There were some instances where I tried applying some concepts from the ebook and gained some favorable results. But tonight made me realize how fucking neurotic I am.
Okay, stop right there. So far, Jar, what'd you think?
So, just up to that, I think the last 2 sentences, the party tonight proved me wrong. Right there, then I was like, oh, and I kind of got all excited, and I was listening much more intently there compared to the first 2 paragraphs where I was talking about, oh, I've been hungover once too many times. I went to a party, I was invited. I procrastinate. You know, it's all same old.
Okay.
You know, post and prom.
Okay.
But then when he got right to that part, I really liked it.
Okay. Joseph.
Yeah, same thing he said. It just seemed like, kind of like mine, just all info, and then right to where he said that it made him realize how neurotic he was.
Well, right at the beginning, he says, it makes me feel ashamed of how horrible I am at getting this shit done. I need to get done. What is that?
That's his feeling.
Right. So he's not just conveying static information. He is conveying his feelings, just that it may be a common feeling. You know, he's worried about procrastinating. That's a common feeling that we all have. It's fine that he shares it. It's just not a major revelation.
Yeah.
Okay? Not very personal. All right. Tim Will, what you think?
There are parts of it that I do like. I mean, the last paragraph, I like the fact that he came up to this realization of how fucked up he was.
Right.
I mean, for someone who just made his first post.
Yeah, first post.
He did really good.
Okay, sweet.
You know, considering.
So he's being very candid for his very first post. Nice precedent. Camp Travo.
Well, the first thing that jumped out at me was...
the first thing that jumped out at me was your very first sentence out of your mouth. Wasn't a monotone. Congratulations. That's what jumped out at me. Okay, keep going.
Was the first sentence of the second paragraph where he's like, I spent most of the night at a party to which I was invited. It's like, to which he was invited part seems like really extra information. Like, nobody cares. Of course you were invited to a party.
Right, okay. I was invited to a party that I attended.
Yeah. And then that was the bad part, but the good part was, like everyone else said, how he explained how neurotic he was and really got into his mind about that.
Okay, let's keep reading. Let's see if it gets any better. From where do we leave off? Fucking neurotic I am. Who was up? Who read last?
We'll just start off with me again.
Go ahead, just start off again. Go ahead.
How I don't have a fucking clue what I'm doing.
I'm a bright guy and can grasp things in school pretty quickly, but social competence can't be learned from a book.
I was around a bunch of fucking drunk people.
Everyone's lovey-dovey when they're drunk.
It made me feel accepted to get the approval of a bunch of fucking drunk idiots.
Looking back on that, I can see how stupid that was.
Let's get DKO in here. Go ahead, DKO.
I came across this one bitch who had not been drinking anything.
I had 2 drinks, probably making me the next most sober person that entire night.
Snaky
And I
guy.
could
You're
not-
counting him.
Oh, and I could not get a positive reaction from her.
Keep going.
Yeah, I could get the attention and love of a couple of drunkards, but couldn't command groups larger than 3, including me, or a single bitch.
Joseph.
I need to start posting my attempts at expectation management.
I had what I believe to be a successful incident, still most likely misused and or dysfunctional successes here or there, but the failures definitely outnumber the successes.
I'm tired, but my mind is noisy from all that's happened tonight.
I couldn't sleep 5 minutes ago.
The computer screen looks like it's further away all of a sudden, like I'm watching someone else type from their perspective, as in a movie.
DKO.
I'm concerned I did nothing but provide information in my expression post.
I'm concerned that your reading makes me fall asleep. Try again.
I'm concerned
I'm concerned with your reading. Try again.
I'm concerned I did nothing but provide
I'm
information.
concerned that it's now Sneaky Guy's turn.
I'm concerned I did nothing but provide information in my expression post without providing sufficient reactions.
Without providing sufficient reactions. Keep going.
I do know we're supposed to reread our posts and put in some more consideration, but frankly, this far into the night, 3:51 a.m. Mountain Standard, I don't care.
Okay, what you think, Jar?
Good night.
It was, okay, so he's showing, he does have, his reactions here or whatever. They're not novel. I kind of feel like this is, even though it is a reaction, I almost feel like this is more on the information side anyways, because as a student, we all go through this.
Okay.
But it's important, but I think that it's also important for him to put this down on paper, so I think this was necessary for him to say it.
Yeah, I think so too.
So-
Zenith.
I thought it was actually not that bad, certainly for a first try. The one part that jumped out at me was that when he offers a sentiment where he says, yeah, I could get the attention and love of a couple of drunkards, but couldn't command groups larger than 3, including me, or a single bitch. That there is it felt personal to me. He was offering how he felt in the situation,
Right.
So I liked it.
Personal, very personal reaction, okay? Snaky Guy.
I don't think it's bad, and I think there's a lot of places where you can expand and go further into his reactions and expression. But not bad. Definitely needs a lot of work.
Okay. DKO.
Yeah, same here. I think it was pretty good, but I also think there are some parts that need some work, like when he said, now I don't know what I'm talking about. I just think it needs a lot of work.
Okay. Tim Will. I just got distracted by this cat howling in the background. Oh!
Me too.
Tim Will.
Yeah, there is some information in there, but, for every time he provides simple information, he talks about what he feels about certain things, the situations.
Right.
It's just not in a whole lot of detail.
Is it necessary to provide static information in a post?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Is it or isn't it necessary to provide static information in a post, Principal Leotard?
It is, but keep it to a minimum where people know what's going on and then just get into your reaction.
Yes, it is very necessary. Sometimes you gotta set the stage, people don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about MMA fighting and nobody's an MMA fighter and that's reading it. So it's necessary to set some background information to talk about the event. But you want to quickly get back to your personal reactions, your thoughts and your feelings about what you're going through. Okay, so that's a good post for CC. Let's cover some. Let's see, we got one more. We could probably cover one more thing. Expression posts, or do you want to go to a podcasting topic?
Podcasting topic. topic.
Podcasting topic. Let's do a podcasting topic.
All right, topic. Here we go.
Provided it's not expectation management.
Provided it's
But
not
yeah,
expectation
There
management.
was one.
Okay, hold on. Before, let's do this. Anybody got any situations, personal situations they want to cover? Ooh, or we'll just go to podcasting topic.
I don't have one.
All right, we'll go to podcasting topics.
Wait, what topics can we pick from?
You can pick from anything, and you're a student at Manhood Academy.
There,
Come on. Don't even let me get in
there
here.
was one topic in the student lounge called the rejection challenge.
The rejection challenge?
Yeah, which you said it was a fucking bad idea.
Bad
Oh,
idea.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think
know
it's some
why,
PUA guy wanted to do, what was it? Actually, here we go. Let me see.
It's actually in podcasting topics. It said fail idea.
Yeah, let me get to it. It was in the student lounge, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go there. Student lounge.
Dean's office.
Dean's office, yeah. That's top secret in there. Woo! Can't even see
What?
it.
There's a dean's office?
Oh, yeah, you better bet it, buddy. Okay, let's see here. Falls Pro. Whoa. Anybody see it? Nope, next page.
Next page.
Alright, page 2. Fuck, come on, chat roll. Why is chat roll slowing down our chat room? Or chat room, slowing down our forum. Oh. Woo, there we go. Okay. We need a pale-skinned nerd. Excellent music video. What is so funny?
There it is. Leopold.
Oh, the rejection challenge. Okay. The rejection challenge. So I was chatting recently, and Professor Plum encouraged me to post it for the benefits of everybody, including mines. No, this is wrong. I did not encourage you to post this for the benefit of everybody. I used to be very scared to approach women who I found attractive and interesting for the sole purpose of rejection. I was always thinking ahead, and I was trying to guess the girl's mind. Will she like me? Will she like the combo? Will I sound weird, etc.? This ultimately didn't get me anywhere because I was pretty much too lost in my own thoughts instead of paying attention. And most importantly, having fun and enjoying the conversation itself. This act had many consequences on me, such as sounding awkward a lot of times, sounding like DKO, very monotone, making a bad impression of myself, and just pretty much being a tampon for the woman's attention validation. A human tampon. All this changed once I started my self-improvement training around 3 months ago. Woo! I owe it a lot to a self-experiment I made on the initial stages of this training. This experiment was very inspired and motivated thanks to the great advice and threads I've been following on the So Suave forums. The whole purpose of this training was to inflict pain upon myself with what hurt the most, rejection. I figured that by eventually getting rejected, it would help me overcome the fear itself. So I prepared myself and went out into the horizon to confront this fear. The battlefield was a college campus. I approached many girls. Most of them made eye contact with me and asked them out. It was painful, I tell you, but I felt as the rejections kept hitting me. My skin was getting thicker. I got to the point that I was currently comfortable with rejection. After the 12th rejection in a row, I managed to get a yes. This was unexpected approval, really freaked me out and confused me. But it turns out that I was no longer fearful of rejections. Woo, happy ending, so no more. But rather than from the success itself, currently I'm striving to overcome this fear, since it could have negative effects. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so what's wrong with this challenge? The rejection challenge.
This challenge is great if you want to join Rejection Academy. But our goal here isn't to just get rejected and become good at getting rejected. Our goal is to actually become socially confident.
But he's saying if you just get rejected enough times, you'll just become desensitized to rejection and just be able to ask out any girl in the world.
Yeah, but that's not the problem. The problem isn't the rejection. The problem is actually knowing what you have to do as a male in order to socialize and lead. And this doesn't.
So number one, he's just asking a girl out and getting rejected. What's wrong with that, Camp Travo?
He's not providing any incentive.
Well, yeah, obviously. But what's wrong with the whole premise? Let's say he's not providing any incentive, and he just goes out and says, "Hey, I want to go out with you," and they're like, "No." What's wrong with that, Mr. Care Bear? Not there. Xenic, what's wrong with that? Do you think?
It kind of sounds like he's not taking the lead with it.
Well, obviously he's not taking the lead. What's wrong with that, though? His experiment, Joe-san?
He's not meeting anybody's needs.
Well, obviously he's not meeting anybody's needs. What's wrong with with the way he's doing it, Tim Will?
I don't know.
Okay. Principal Leotard, what's wrong with his approach?
His approach is not putting him into any kind of position to practice his social skills.
Yeah, it's not. He's just getting rejected. His whole premise is, if I get rejected enough times, if I get hurt enough times, I'm just going to be immune to pain. Let's say you want to be immune to baseball bats, Joe-san. And so you say, like, swing the baseball bat at my head. And every time you swing it at my head, I'm just going to take it to the forehead. And eventually I'm just going to be immune to you swinging the baseball bat at my head. What's wrong with that premise?
You get fucked up.
Yeah. So what's wrong with your good intention? What's wrong with that? What are you assuming? If you're going to just go and say, hey, hit me in the head with a baseball bat, what are you assuming?
You're assuming you're gonna become immune to it, but it's
yeah. But what are you assuming about yourself? If you're saying, "Hey, I'm just gonna practice becoming immune to a baseball bat by walking into the swing every time," what are you assuming about yourself?
That you can handle it and not die.
What, Joe said?
That you're already you can take it. You're assuming that you know how to take a bat to the head.
Yeah, you're assuming that you're what about yourself, sneaky guy? I like how I can see your lips move and not hear the sound.
I hit the button. It just doesn't register fast enough. But I don't know.
Zenic, what are you assuming? You taking the bat to the head?
I guess he's assuming that he's going to become impervious to rejection by doing this.
Right, which means he's impervious to what? Camp Travo?
I have no clue.
Jar, what's he impervious to?
The pain.
Yeah, he's impervious to pain. He's Mr. Indestructible. You know anybody impervious to pain? I don't even know Navy SEALs who are impervious to pain.
Well, actually,
yes.
I have kind of a bit of a question now.
Okay.
Because when I'm doing MMA and they're talking about, getting better at taking leg kicks and punches to the gut.
Okay, let's say you go in MMA and they train you hey son, you need to be better at taking leg kicks and punches to the gut. So to train you, I'm going to keep kicking your thigh for the rest of class. What's going to happen?
That's exactly what they did.
Okay, what's going to happen to your thigh if you keep doing that every class?
Well,
is your thigh going to become impervious to pain?
Apparently, they said it would toughen up eventually and get used to it. But what happened was, I got caught at the tendon where the muscle connects to the knee, and I couldn't walk. So when I got home, I just
So when I got home, bro, let me shortcut the process for you. If you keep damaging the same part of the body, your leg, your tendon, your bone, it's just like it's like sawing your leg. The first pull of the saw isn't going to do that much damage, but if I keep sawing at your leg, eventually your leg's going to fall off.
I think that they're trying to take it into context that it's going to almost callus your hands. What you have to use your hands.
You know what? Let's say you play guitar. You're going to get calluses on your fingertips.
Yeah.
Your fingertips are going to toughen up, but only to a certain point. Let's say I use a knife instead of a guitar wire. You're playing a knife and you're pressing on a knife. Your hand isn't physically strong enough to take that. So you might get calluses just for a little bit, but eventually it's just going to cut through your hand. The same here. There's no such thing as a person who can just become pain-free. There's no such thing as a pain-free experience. Let me tell you something. Okay, about calluses. A callus is not good for social interaction. If you become immune to how people treat you, that means you've snapped. You become a serial killer, or you become something along the lines of a sociopath. You have no empathy with people, so you can't gauge any reaction. You don't feel anything. It's just like you're a table. Tables don't feel any emotions. But is that good for social interaction? No, definitely not. So even if you did develop a callus, social callus, which some people do, but they are very abnormal. Their social interactions are very abnormal. They have very abnormal reactions to things. This is a bad sign. Yes,
I don't know about you guys, but at least with me, the more I got rejected, the worse I felt about myself.
Yeah, you know what? There's a certain mentality, like in the PUA community and the seduction community. They say you just need to approach 1,000 girls. It's like the 1,000 girl challenge. After approaching 1,000 girls, you'll have no problems approaching anybody. You'll have no problems opening up conversations. The only problem is if you're not practicing how to be socially competent, those thousands of rejections are going to affect how you behave. You're going to start doing things to avoid rejection without even realizing it. Your mannerisms, the way you dress, the way you speak, all these things are going to be subtly affected by the amount of pain you receive, the rejections you receive, the disapproval. All these types of things are painful and they shape your behavior. It's just like if I tell you don't take cookies and you keep trying to reach a cookie and I keep smacking your hand. It's a light smack, but eventually it's just going to shape your behavior. You're just going to want to avoid that pain. You're not built so that you can enjoy pain. You're built to avoid pain and to seek pleasure. This is just fundamental to your design. So to assume you're going to fundamentally change the nature of your design just by your willpower is wishful thinking. It's naive thinking. Even you become delusional. Like this guy, he's saying, oh, look at my approach. I'm doing this, I'm doing this. He doesn't want to feel stupid. So now he's going to change his conclusions. Hey, it's working, guys. I just keep approaching people. I'm learning how to avoid rejection. I'm learning that it's not painful and it won't affect me. So you guys do it too. What's the problem? Delusional thinking. He has no social competence. Plus, he wants to reinforce his own delusional behavior. So now he's going to lie to you without even realizing it. Hey, guys, it's working. This is working. It's really good. It's really good for you guys. Just go up to girls, ask them out, and get rejected. And you too will experience what I'm experiencing. No, he just wants you to have him have the same experience you're having. To commiserate with him. If not to commiserate, to just have the same delusional mentality. This is a lot of like what we talk about with mob mentality. When a lot of people do the same thing, they're encouraged to think the same thing. If the mob disagrees with them, they feel bad, so they just start adjusting their thinking. But their experience is still the same as any other person. You are not going to learn how to become socially competent just by getting rejected. This will do nothing for you. Even it doesn't teach you how to elicit a good reaction, how to get accepted. You're training to become accepted. You're training to gain acceptance the right way. You know, people always train to gain acceptance. What do people normally do to gain acceptance in a social situation, Joe-san? What's one of the ways they train to gain acceptance?
They kind of they have to kind of prove themselves.
They prove themselves. They meet the expectations of a group, right? Like a gang activity. Go shoot some guy. You can join our gang. What's another way what's something people do to gain acceptance, Travo? What do guys commonly do to gain acceptance on a date? The girl.
They pay.
They pay.
Yeah.
Travo.
They act cool.
They act cool, right? They try to act cool.
Quote, act cool.
Quote, act cool. Wear cool clothes. They try to be gentlemanly, pay for the date. There's a lot of things people do to gain acceptance. This is a problem. So once they realize this is a problem, this isn't going anywhere, they go to the opposite end of the spectrum, and they do what you guys commonly do. They say, hey, bro, we just need to not give a fuck. We just need to stop giving a fuck. If we just stop giving a fuck, we'll express our true self, and then there'll be no problems, right? Can I not give a fuck on a date by kicking a girl in the face? I can do that and say, and she says, hey, that's me. And I can say, hey, bro, I don't give a fuck what you think. Sexy. I'm going to kick you again. I'm being myself, right?
You might get arrested.
Yeah, he might get arrested. The problem is, you have an extreme reaction to totally giving a fuck, to totally caring about other people's expectations. Now you're like, fuck that. It's not working for me. I'm going to go to the other end of the spectrum, and I'm going to not care at all what you think of me. I'm going to do whatever I want. What's the problem with that type of behavior? Snaky guy?
You're not meeting anyone's needs?
You're not meeting anyone's needs. If you can't meet needs in a relationship, I don't care how much you don't give a fuck. You're not going to form a functional relationship with anybody if you can't meet their needs. So you do need to care what people think. But what needs to take place, Jar?
You need to care about what is needed to be done, but you don't need to care about what they want or what you want.
You need to not care about the dysfunctional expectations, what everybody wants. Yeah. Everybody wants everything. This is what fucks you up. Girls want you to pay for dates. Guys want you to dress cool, etc. So there's a lot of wants floating around out there. A lot of dysfunctional expectations. What you need to care about is meeting people's needs. So you do need to care about how people receive you, what they think about you, but only in regards to meeting their needs, if you're meeting their needs or not. Not whether you're meeting their wants. Yes.
So let's say, like, what you're talking about, the dysfunctional wants. Let's say, like, you talk to a girl, and she tells you that you're too short or something.
You're too short, right? That's a dysfunctional want. I want a taller guy.
So how can you kind of, like... How can you remove that?
How can you remove that? How can we address a dysfunctional want?
Yeah.
Anybody know how to address a dysfunctional want? I want chocolate cake. You don't give me chocolate cake, I hate you. How do we address that?
Managing expectations.
Managing expectations. What's that mean? I want a chocolate cake, Jar. If you don't give me a chocolate cake, I hate you.
No.
They're
you
not
don't
getting
get
chocolate cake.
Oh, wait. Tim Will, wait, what?
They're not getting chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Tim Will, if you don't give me chocolate cake, I'm gonna hate you.
You're still not getting chocolate cake.
Tim Will, you're being mean. Give me chocolate cake.
No.
Tim Will, why are you being so mean to me? Can't you just give me chocolate cake? Don't be mean.
You're not getting cake.
All right. Tim Will, I love you. Can I give you a blowjob? Did you see 3 stages? Did you see 3 stages of behavior there, Joe-san?
Yeah.
What did you see in the beginning?
The same in the,
What did you see in the beginning?
She tried to overtake your authority.
Well, let's see if we were doing it correctly. She said, I skipped a step here. Tim Will, I want chocolate cake.
No.
Tim Will, you're a fucking asshole. Why are you not giving chocolate cake up? You're a fool. You need to give up chocolate cake.
You're still not getting chocolate cake.
Speak up.
You're still not getting chocolate cake.
Speak up. I can't hear you.
You're still not getting chocolate cake.
Tim, why are you being so mean? Give me chocolate cake.
Stop acting like a little girl.
Tim, I want some chocolate cake.
Stop acting like a little fucking girl.
Oh, Tim, Will, I'll stop acting like a girl. Now here's your blowjob. Okay, now I did the 3 stages. Okay? What was the first stage there?
The guilt.
Nope. That's stage 2.
Rebellion.
What's that?
Rebellion.
Oh, yeah.
Aggressiveness. I'm aggressive. My way or the highway. I'm an independent, strong woman. You don't tell me what to do. I tell you what to do. That's stage 1. Then Tim Will says no. Then you go to stage 2. Guilting, passive aggressiveness, shaming. Why are you such an asshole? Everybody else gives me cake. Why are you being so mean to me? Again, trying to focus on your behavior. Tim Will did a very basic skeleton of expectation management, but he forgot some key things. He just said no.
You forgot to provide them with what to do instead.
Let's try it with Jar. Jar, give me some cake.
Stop acting like a bitch. Don't ask me or eat your vegetables.
Jar, you're an asshole. You need to give me this cake right now. I ain't hearing this.
Stop acting like a bitch. Eat your vegetables.
Okay. Jar, why are you being so mean to me? Jar, I just want some cake. Can't you just give me some cake?
Stop acting like a bitch. Eat your vegetables.
Okay. What else could he do besides that, Travel? What else? He's on the right track, for sure.
What else could he do?
Yeah, what else?
He could vary it up a little bit and maybe get more specific. Like,
why are you being so mean to me, Travel? I want some chocolate cake. Come on.
If you don't stop being a bitch, I'm going to shove these vegetables down your throat.
Hey, I like that.
He's all the threats. What else? DKO? DKO, I want some cake. Come on.
No, you're not getting cake. Have these vegetables instead.
How about, let's say, anybody know about a negative association?
I could put up an example.
Oh, go ahead. Give me a negative association. Zenik, I want some cake. Why are you being such an asshole? Why don't you give me cake?
No, you're not going to have chocolate cake. It's going to make you fat, and everyone will fucking hate you because you're a fat ass and you have no self-control.
Everybody hates fat chicks. Why are you being such a... Why are you acting like a fat bitch? Nobody likes fat bitches. Right? I could use some negative association. Just peer pressure. Girls hate that. Right? There's all kinds of ways. I'm basically doing the same thing. I'm punishing the bad behavior I don't want, and then I'm telling her the good behavior I do want, which is what?
Eat vegetables.
Eat your vegetables. These are good for you. These are healthy. You're going to be happy. These are great. Eat these, right? So I keep reinforcing my expectation, and I keep punishing the bad behavior. Eventually, you will see the change in the girl's behavior from bitch to passive-aggressive, whiny, victim to submission. Oh, I love you.
Does that apply even when there's no relationship yet?
Well, what do we need if we want to form a relationship, Jar?
We need incentive.
We need incentive. So is it incentive if I say, give me the cash, motherfucker, and I point a gun at your head? Am I giving you incentive?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am giving you incentive.
Yes, you are.
I am giving you incentive. What kind of incentive am I giving you?
To keep your life.
What kind of incentive am I giving you, Jar?
That's technically terror. Like,
what kind of incentive? There's 2 types of incentive.
Negative incentive.
Yes, I'm giving you a negative incentive.
If you don't do this, you're going to get punished.
Yes.
Negative.
What's the other type of incentive?
Positive. If you do this, you're going to get a reward.
Yes. If you do this, you're going to get a reward. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm starting off with incentive. What am I giving? What do I need to do? to form a relationship with somebody?
Positive incentive.
Give me an example.
Hey, I like that dress on you. It looks really, it shapes your body really well, and I'm quite attracted to it.
I like that dress you're wearing. And fill in the blank. How can we make that more effective, Travo?
How it makes you feel.
When I look at you in that dress, it's like I'm looking at a supermodel. I just want to put my hands on it. And just
Okay,
be like,
it makes me feel something, right? How you affect me. I'm sharing my thoughts. I'm sharing my reactions to you. This is rewarding. This gives somebody incentive, right? So you're meeting their need. Their need for affection. Their need for attention. Hey, nice to meet you. You're a new student in class. I want to help you out. I'm giving you knowledge. I'm giving you information. Giving you incentive. If I just come up to you, I've never met you before, and I say, hey, Joe-san, give me $10.
Nope.
Why not?
I don't even know you.
Why not?
Get away from me.
Why not? Why won't you give me the $10?
Oh, because we don't have you didn't give me positive incentive.
Yes, I didn't give you any positive incentive. Now, I could say, give me $10 and point my gun at you. It's negative incentive. But that's going to it's going to cause problems with our relationship. I need to give you some positive incentive to give me the $10. I need to work for you. I need to exchange something with you. I need to bargain with you. Tell you I'm going to wash your car. Or I'm going to give you I'm going to give you something. I'm going to feed you a meal. Something to get that incentive so that when I make a demand, now you have incentive to meet my demand. You know why people behave in class? Why do people behave in this class and they don't behave in public school class?
Because we have incentive, negative and positive.
You have both. If I only gave you positive incentive, I say, hey, here's an ebook. Would you guys pay attention in class?
No. Nope.
Why not?
Because you wouldn't enforce any consequences or things that you
You would only care if you wanted to pay attention. If that day you felt like listening, it was like it's your option to listen. Okay, great, I'm getting something I like. But if one day you just felt like, not paying attention, you felt like fucking around in class, there's no negative incentive to keep you from paying attention.
Right.
I'm just giving you the ebook, the knowledge. Oh, great. But if I never tell you, look, if you fuck around in class, you're going to get punished. There's no negative incentive. I need both. I need the positive incentive to motivate you and the negative incentive to motivate you. I need both. I need to make sure I can do both. But I'm going to do what's merited at the time. So initially, I'm going to give you positive incentive. Here's why you should listen. And if you're listening, great. I'm going to reward you. That's going to encourage you to keep listening. But if for some reason you stop listening, then I'm going to punish you. That's going to tell you that my expectations matter. At some point, it's guaranteed in any relationship, they're going to fuck up. And punishment is there to start establishing that authority. Maintain that authority. That's where deep emotional investment happens. When you can say no, when you can set a boundary on somebody, when you can say it needs to be done this way, when you could lead a girl, that means you're cutting off every other direction saying this is the right way to go. When you can provide that direction, you are meeting needs. When you are meeting needs, people become deeply attracted to you. You become a necessity in their life. Do you realize it's a necessity to tell somebody no? Why is it a necessity to tell somebody no?
It needs met.
Yes. What does no do? What does no do?
It provides limitation.
Yeah, what's the point of saying no? What's the point of providing a limitation?
Well, to provide direction, ultimately.
Right, what's the point? Why can't I just go over here?
Correct dysfunctional behavior.
Yeah, correct dysfunctional behavior.
Yeah.
If there's something bad that they're doing, it's going to cause them problems. They don't realize it. But I say, no, don't eat that chocolate cake. You'll become a fatty, right? I'm preventing dysfunctional behavior. I'm meeting a need. So it's not just telling you how to get functional, how to have a healthy body. I also need to say, don't become a fatty. I need to put a limitation on the directions that you shouldn't be going. I need to tell you which direction you should go in the healthy direction, but I also need to say, hey, don't go that way. Don't go in the unhealthy direction. So I need to provide the limitation. Ultimately, when I'm leading, that is the ultimate limitation. When I give you a direction, I'm giving you the one way to go. That meets your need. That's where the deep attraction happens, when you cut off the bad directions. So if you want to have a functional relationship where there's a deep attraction, you must say no to bad directions. You must provide for them the good direction, but you have to definitely say no to the bad direction. If you don't say no to the bad direction, you're not going to have deep emotional investment. You're only going to be an option to that person. You're not going to be a necessity to that person. Does that answer your question? Sorta.
Whose question was it?
Josen's question. Well, guess what? You'll need some practice. You'll need some actual practice now.
All right.
Thank you, guys. It's been another thrilling episode of Manhood Academy Podcasting. We'll see you next time.